that song.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1014. Hello, it is Mike Matthews broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont. Today, it is part 3 of my into an interview with the fantastic Seattle singer-songwriter Kye Alfred Hillig. We got one more to go after that, and so we got another great song to hear from Kye today.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Plus, we hear from Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, the Brewmaster, and another edition of DAYLEY HAYLEY.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
The DAYLEY HAYLEY. So they think that there is a Plan 9 from outer space. Well, there is. It's a movie that will rip off your face with how bad it is. Ed Wood was an interesting case. He directed the movie. Then Tim Burton gave us a taste of the Ed Wood world in a movie with Johnny Depp.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Now there's an actual Planet 9, and it makes our planet look inept.
Mike's
because it's 10 times
Daily
bigger than Earth.
Podcast.
Don't you feel worth
Yeah!
less? Neil deGrasse Tyson. Neil with an I in your name. Look what you've started, Neil. Gosh. Now, no Pluto gone, and as a planet, and now we do have 9 planets. And you're probably going, this is the most boring. Why do I care about a planet I will probably never ever even be on top of? Well, it's interesting. I mean, it takes 2,000 years for this planet to go around the sun. It's gaseous. It's big. It's interesting whenever they find something and discover something like that. Now, what we've discovered and what you've heard of a lot in the news lately is Flint, Michigan, and all the horrible lead in the water issues. And Governor Rick Snyder, he apologized yesterday for what's going on in Michigan. And then he also is blaming Obama in a way because apparently the Environmental Protection Agency dropped the ball on some things that should have been done. They're taking water from a river in Flint, and it was a cost-saving maneuver, as you probably heard, and now it's created all these issues. Rick Snyder is one of these politicians I like to call a PSP, a private sector politician. One of these politicians that runs on the whole thing. Hey, I'm from the private sector. I'm not a career politician. I'll get things done. He worked for Gateway. Remember Gateway, the big computer agency with the cow prints in Irvine, California. He was also part of a venture capital firm. He was almost the vice presidential running mate, along with Mitt Romney in 2012. He's governor of Flint, Michigan. He ran on a pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, pro-get your guns, let's go, pro-family platform. And he is the only CPA guy that's been a CPA and governor. First CPA governor in the U.S., apparently. And now his state is having all kinds of issues with the water and the lead and all that. So you're probably sick of that story, but I think it's interesting that we still and will always have guys that run and women that run to be president. You have Carly Fiorina, and then you've got Donald Trump, and all these other people. Hey, I ran a business, so I can run the country. The thing is it's sort of like saying, I made popcorn, microwave popcorn, I can run a restaurant. I can be a cook. There's certain things in politics. I don't agree with it, but it's difficult to take someone from a different field and have them change everything. In politics, it's a career politician has done all the stuff, knows all the ins and outs of that world. I don't know anything about it. I know they wear suits and they work usually in a building called a Capitol. And that's their thing. I know. But so sometimes, I don't know if that's the reason for what's all the fit hitting the shan in Michigan, but that seems to be some of it. And then, are we tired yet on the news of everyone complaining about gas prices being so low and that it's causing all the economic problems? That's like saying, I have a problem with them making too much chocolate and giving me extra chocolate every day for free. Financial guys and other pundits, stop complaining about the low gas prices. Look who just walked in. Hi, Mike. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How you doing?
It's a disgruntled fiddle player, tell you what.
What?
The low gas prices is causing all the oil companies to go out of business. Thus, the end of the world is happening right now.
I thought the end of the world was happening back a couple years ago when gas prices were so high. And everybody was blaming Obama, and everybody was blaming whoever else was in power the years previous to that. It happened with Bush, it happened with Clinton. And now gas prices are super low and we're complaining. We can't be happy. We're whining little babies.
Maybe so, but the fact of the matter is I can put a bunch of gas in my truck for real cheap, and that's a big problem with me.
Man, you're such a malcontent.
I'm a what?
And Star Wars 8, that was going to come out, I guess it was going to come out earlier than December 2017, but I guess that's going to be the release date, which will be exactly 2 years after the Star Wars 7 came out, which was so successful, although recently kicked out of the top spot thanks to Ice Cube and Kevin Hart with their latest movie. And that's about it. We need to get into an interview with Kye Alfred Hillig now.
No, wait, I got more to say and complain about, and you haven't talked to the Brewmaster yet.
Yeah, where is the Brewmaster?
Hello, Mike. I'm the Brewmaster. Oh, boy.
Okay, there he is.
Into an interview.
I'm speaking with Kye Alfred Hillig. He's an amazing singer-songwriter. I've spoken to him twice before. 3 times.
Something like that. Two or three, yeah.
3 times, because you came to the house twice, and one time we spoke on the phone before this.
Yes, that's right, I think.
So I am, and I am honored that you are talking with me now, because you are the first artist I have interviewed in 2016.
Oh, really? Well, I am honored. I didn't know that.
You are always a pleasure to speak to. You're hilarious, insightful, deep, profound. You have excellent taste in clothes.
Thank you. Yeah, I get accused of dressing like a grandfather, so I appreciate that it's matched somebody's sensibilities.
No, I think it's just it's the vintage clothes look good on you because you class it up, make it look good.
It's how I feel comfortable. I don't know how it happened. Just how I feel comfortable somehow.
And your cool glasses and everything.
I know, it's sickening, isn't it?
I look best in oh god, I'd probably look good in those clothes too. I think you would look good. You would look good like dressed as somebody from like the Matrix. Ooh, yeah, with the dark clothes and the sunglasses and the
like a black duster jacket.
Because I have sort of a sci-fi look being bald and stuff, so I need some.
All you need is a pair of sunglasses, and all of a sudden you become futuristic.
That's true. That I can't. All right, I'm gonna go shop for some good specs. I noticed one of the podcasts you were on, the host was wearing sunglasses when he filmed his little video.
Goodman.
Spuds McKenzie?
Spud Goodman. Are you familiar with his stuff?
No. What is he from?
So he used to run a very popular public access kind of show in Seattle, and was known for kind of interviewing celebrities in a very non-traditional way. There's a lot of non sequitur questions. It's not too dissimilar, and you guys can be shelved next to each other somewhere. Just because he also has a little bit of an outside-the-box approach. He doesn't... but the list of people he's interviewed is somewhat staggering. The people that want to be put through the strange blender and come out the other side is a long list.
Because, like, on the show that you were on, there was also Alan Parsons, the Run DMC, Rev Run, yeah. Because he's got that new show on the Travel Channel I enjoy with his family where they travel to Europe.
That's what he was promoting, I believe. And then I think John Leguizamo was the other gentleman.
So were they all there with you?
No, they weren't there. They do kind of a phone interview stuff, and that's how they tend to run it. Because it's just podcasts and radio stuff. When he was a television show, they would be there in the flesh.
Okay. Well, they had some. Did they do it in his house or something, or in a?
They used to just do them kind of real ad hoc. They used to be just out and about, and they would do interviews in different places in Seattle or in cafes or wherever, someone's barn, But now it's a fixed kind of radio station that they work out of. It's in the Proctor area of Tacoma.
Interesting. Wow. So he's like a local hero there.
He's very well known. He's known for carrying around a spatula and a little thing of Pepto-Bismol.
Why?
It's just something he's always done. I've never asked. I felt like that may be something he'd been asked before, so I just figured I'd leave it be. He offered me a swig, and I said no.
Maybe he just really likes that stuff, the Pepto-Bismol.
He's got it with him every time I've seen him, so...
Weird! I would suggest that guy change his diet.
There's probably something unhealthy going on there. There would have to be, with that much stomach trouble.
Yeah, may have a really sensitive... Now, speaking of health, do you still work with the dead?
I don't anymore.
You don't?
No, that changed in August of this last year.
Wow!
Now I work housing homeless vets during the day.
Oh my gosh, Kye, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's been really interesting. Yeah.
Wow. And there's a lot in the Washington, Seattle area?
Yeah, and luckily, we live in a state that doesn't just, take homeless people outside and shoot them in the back of the head. We actually have funds allocated in our state for, taking care of homeless folks, especially kind of homeless vets and stuff. So they're a little gentler touch than some states.
What's something you've learned from some of the... is there something that stands out in your mind with the homeless vets you've met, like a recurring theme or story they tell? Or...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. All the folks that I work with, having the ones that have seen action, and so forth, that's not something that ever leaves their mind, and it's kind of with them everywhere they go, it seems, and has an effect on their lives that's really hard to shake free. And so I think a lot of times, a lot of civilian folks don't kind of realize the amount of trauma that these people endure, whether or not you believe that, X conflict is worth, engaging in. The effects on the individuals that go is pretty staggering.
I can't even imagine the horror. I mean, to actually be there and to see some of the things they've seen. Oh.
Yeah, I have a lot of empathy for them. It's really kind of unfortunate.
Wow. Well, thank you for doing that.
Well, you're welcome.
I want to thank you too for making music.
I seem to keep doing it in the face of everything else. I don't know why. I'm a bit drawn to it for some reason.
Well, as you know, one of my favorite albums by you is Real Snow.
Oh, yeah.
And in fact, I played one of your songs on the 2015 Nifty radio at the end of last year. That was my little radio station I made for the end of the year where I played music by people I interviewed.
Oh, that's cool.
And I played, I think, the last song.
Oh, The Remains of Elephants?
No, what's the one where all of a sudden, like, the drums come in and just crash like you beat the living crap out of them?
Oh, you're thinking of When You Were a Waitress.
Yes! When You Were a Waitress!
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that one.
I just heard an interview, or watched an interview. It's that black and white interview that's all done on black and white film with David Grohl. And Dave Grohl is talking about how he thinks he got famous, or he said he was giving advice to musicians and saying, if you want to, just go and give it all you've got when you're performing. He said, when I knew when I was going to play, I was going to be the best drummer I could possibly be at that gig. Even if I never got anywhere, I was going to beat the living, and then he cusses for about 5 minutes about what he says he does to the drums.
That sounds about accurate, yeah.
And I beat the bleep, and I kicked the bleep out. He's just cussing away, and you're like, oh, okay. So basically, just get out there and beat the bleep out of your drums.
Break stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, that's what convinced me about Keith Moon's drum performance. I saw a thing where he played and was going bananas on the set, and then he just kicked over his floor tom, and I thought, this guy's all right.
Yeah. Oh, he was amazing.
Bananas.
God, I love listening to some of the stuff he did on those records.
Oh, yeah. He's an animal. He's a total animal.
Well, but I love your music, too, and I want to play To Be Good by you, Kye Alfred Hillig.
That would be wonderful.
Is there any big story about this one?
Well, this is it came out of a place of really thinking it was really important to kind of not be judgmental of folks, and we like to kind of gather in lynch mobs and go after certain people, and as a culture, and maybe maybe it's something that people do, but not very fond of that aspect of our culture, and so I just thought I would kind of take a shot at that idea and kind of try to shoot it out of the sky a little bit. So it's just kind of an invitation for people to be kind.
Why is it we're so judgmental? I catch myself constantly, and you just sort of, and I'm like, no, wait. I'm not supposed to think that, because you're always surprised by how you're wrong when you think something of someone.
Yeah, well, I just think it's okay to have an opinion, but I think to try to paint an individual like you kind of have them summed up in some way is generally wrong, and also not very wise. Yeah,
you need to stop that, because you need to stop that. I don't know who I'm talking to right now.
That's okay. Somebody needs to stop.
Everybody, stop it now! Stop what you're doing. Let's just all get along.
Yeah.
Well, Kye, let's listen to your song To Be Good. It's from your album Great Falls Memorial Interchange, which I still need to ask you about the title of that album, but we'll do that next time. But it comes out February 26th, and go to his the CD release party, as we call them, February 26th, the album release party at the Connor Byrne in Ballard, Washington.
Yes, that's correct.
Woo!
Just 'cause you've lied, does that make you a liar for the rest of your days? Like it don't matter what you say or do.
Alright, Kye Alfred Hillig, as we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley.
And here's today's podcast picture.
The podcast picture is of the wonderful Kye Alfred Hillig, and Basil had just injured himself. This was May of last year, and Kye had stopped by with his good friend Pete Jordan of the band Cloud Person, And you can see them sitting on the red couch there at Cafe Anyway. And Basil had his paw was all wrapped up, and he was laying on top of Kye, and he was so happy, and he gave Kye a little kiss. You can see that picture there at mikesdailypodcast.com. And we're outside here. Oh, look who's joining us.
The Daily Haley. The almost Daily Haley.
You can't hear it?
I can't hear myself. Oh my god.
How about this now?
This is so cool.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Oh my god, it's a microphone.
Welcome to the Daily Haley.
Hi. I'm not Haley. That other one is.
Yeah. Oh my god. I can hear myself.
It's weird.
I can hear you too. It's not as cool.
No, because you're not saying things that I'm saying.
No, it's true.
It's different.
It's different.
It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird.
I feel as if I'm being exposed through my mouth hole.
Through your mouth. Oh, that's...
That's gross.
It's really indecent. You shouldn't talk like that.
Alright, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
What are you gonna do for Christmas this year?
This Christmas, hang all the mistletoe. I'm gonna get to know you better.
I miss all the Christmas songs because Christmas happens.
Christmas.
That's my favorite Christmas song.
You know a Christmas song I didn't hear this year that I usually hear?
The Trans-Siberian Orchestra one?
No, the one where like the guy's being really sad and it's snowing and like he drinks a bunch of beer in his car with this girl. Do you remember that one?
What?
Yeah, it's like a story song.
Hey.
And at the end, like, no, well, like, yeah, he's sad on Christmas, and he meets up with like an old friend, and that I guess he like used to have a crush on, or they used to have a thing.
You're making this up.
I'm not making this up.
This doesn't exist.
I'm not making this up.
You're taking pills.
No, and it's like, and then it starts to snow, and then when she leaves, the snow turns into rain. That's like the last line.
Oh, that's Dan Fogelberg.
Is that Dan Fogelberg?
It's a Old Lang Syne.
It's not Old Lang Syne.
No, but it's called Same Old Lang Syne or something.
Oh, that makes sense.
I can't talk like this and be mean and smart at the same time. Hold on.
I can't.
No, I'm gonna keep talking like
I'm
this.
just gonna keep talking like this too. Yeah, I always kind of liked that song because it made me sad. It made me kind of sad and depressed, but I kind of liked that.
Keep talking for a second.
Okay. Mike Matthews is running over and he's opening up his browser. That's a fancy word for a place that gives you internet. And he's on Bing. Oh, there's an adorable sloth on Bing. Oh, it's so cute. You should go to Bing and check out the adorable sloth. It should still be there today. Oh, he's looking up Dan Fogelberg because Dan Fogelberg is a guitar player and he does.
Met my lover in the grocery store.
Yeah.
The snow is falling Christmas Eve. I stood behind her in the frozen boots and I touched her on the sleeve.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's a sad one.
No, it is sad. Oh, there it is. Oh, I'm sad already. I didn't hear that Christmas song this time. Oh, it's so loud. Oh, it's so very loud. Oh, that's a little bit better.
Oh, that's the saxophone in.
Yeah.
Just for a moment I can. That's a great part.
That old familiar pain. And as I turn to make my way back home, the snow turned into rain.
And then there's the saxophone part.
Yeah.
Wait. That's a different 70s thing. There's a great picture, the late Glenn Fry, who we just lost, with him and Dan Fogelberg in the back of a limousine, like doing coke. And Dan Fogelberg is so
amazing.
mellow.
That's amazing.
And yeah, he was like such a partier.
You know, I'm
think.
glad you told me that was Dan Fogelberg because I would have never known, since the only Dan Fogelberg I've heard is his live stuff, you know?
Oh,
you know,
like leader of the band.
No,
I am the leading
like, do you feel like I do?
Wait, that's Peter Frampton.
Oh, I am thinking of Peter Frampton.
Peter Frampton was the rocker. He's still alive.
He is still alive. Good for him.
Good on him.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking.
Ooh, baby, I love your way.
Yeah, I don't know why
every
I mixed
day.
those two up. Dan Fogelberg is the guy that did one of the songs that is like one of my parents' songs. Like I played at their wedding, and it's I think it's longer.
Okay.
I don't know if that was Dan Fogelberg.
Longer than
there's the mountains and the
night.
Yeah.
So we were channeling some strange voices at the beginning of this. What was that?
Voice? No, that other voice is a voice that I do all the time. I just thought I'd relax, have a little bit of a fun time. Use my natural voice. Do you like it?
I feel like that would be a show on a radio station somewhere in Santa Cruz, like on Saturday morning at 6 a.m.
Good morning, everyone. You're listening to KLYT. This is your host, Haley. Good morning. I see you're all waking up. That's fine. Here's a little music to get you through your day. Don't forget, the boardwalk opens at 9 a.m.
Look at you. What was the last time you went to Santa Cruz?
I went to Santa Cruz, I was in Santa Cruz around Thanksgiving. Cause we go down to the beach for Thanksgiving.
That's right.
We do, yeah.
Yeah. And that was so the Haley cartoon character that Becca draws with the braids, I met her. I was at a pet food store in Castro Valley, and as she saw Basil, because I had Basil with me. Basil always pulls me in there, and I was wearing that kind of like a hoodie you're wearing now, but it says Boston across the front, not the group Boston, but the city. Boston proud. And so I noticed she saw Basil earlier, and I could tell she really wanted to pet him. So I was walking out as she was walking out, and I go, do you... Oh, and I saw her buy... I'm telling this story all out of order.
Basically, you were just stalking this woman.
I was stalking her.
3 hours.
For 5.
Okay.
And she was in the frozen dog food section. Not that they freeze dogs and put them in a section. They cryogenically freeze dogs.
And put them in a section, yeah.
It's taking me forever to tell this damn story. So the food that they freeze for dogs, then you take the chili and the cheese and you put it in a bowl and you put it in the microwave for 5 minutes.
For 4.5 minutes.
You get the cheese, you get the chips, open up the bag. I can't open this bag.
For a few. Why did she leave me?
Let me explain. There was a guy who was making a video how to simply make chips and nacho
chili cheese dip. And it's not even like, so you gotta bake the beans and you melt down the cheese. No, it was you gotta open this can of chili and you gotta open this can of cheese sauce and you gotta heat them up and you gotta put them in a bowl together.
Yeah. Just basically rudimentary. You figure that out, and you don't even own a microwave. You know this stuff.
I'm doing this for a college campus, and you guys are all so stoned. You don't know how to open cans.
And this guy is probably looks like he's almost 50, if not 50 already.
He's probably in his 50s.
And he's really chubby, and he's kind of fallen out of his shirt with his little tie.
And he is just the saddest looking individual.
Kind of puffy.
And he just sounds so sad.
There'll be links in our show notes. No, we don't do that.
No, we don't do that. But
you have to find it yourself.
They put sad music in the background, too.
Yeah, as a joke. Somebody saw this video and then put sad music underneath it.
So, you're watching this and you want to cry.
As you see this guy, and he's giving the directions so I don't know what... This can feed about 4 or 5 people.
Like, it's like he has to keep thinking about it as he's doing it, but it just comes across as like he's only half thinking. Like, this could probably feed from 3 to 6 people.
It was sublime and beautiful.
Sublime?
Sublime. I don't practice Santeria. I don't... As I made my way back home,
loving is what I got.
So she was buying frozen dog food, is what I'm trying to say.
Met my lover in the Petco. She was buying frozen dog food.
And she had braided hair. So I go, oh, so do you like that frozen dog food? And she said, oh, yeah, it's really good. Hey, you're from Boston, she said to me. And I'm like, oh, no, I just wear a Boston shirt. And she said, poser. And she threw a drink in my face and walked away. I walked out of the bar. Somewhere I embellished. You have to figure it out where. Anyway, she had a Boston accent and braided hair, and I thought of you because you like braided hair.
And accents. Was it brightly colored?
No.
Oh.
It was boring.
It's not me.
But I told this story on another podcast that she was going to Miami that night because a friend of hers is a female model, and she dances with a group called the Danstronauts. And they dance at like public events, and they were going to dance on a cruise ship leaving Miami.
That's cool.
And she got to go because she was a friend of this girl's.
Did you share a 6-pack in your car?
No! Darn it! Dan Fogelberg. He died.
The snow turned into rain.
He died young, too. Hey, I was visiting our good friend Robert, who we partied with on New Year's Eve.
And who called you and asked if I could sing in his wedding. I didn't get the whole story, so you have to tell me the whole story of that, because I had to leave because I was laughing too hard when I figured out what you were talking about.
Well, Robert thinks, which is true, you have a beautiful singing voice.
Yes.
And he goes, is Haley there? I want him to sing at my wedding. Such a beautiful voice. But I didn't know if he was serious or not, and I'm like, well, you need to pay him.
It's true.
You need to be paid. I'm doing the DJing for his wedding because I'm an old friend of his. But, right. I mean, you're like basically he would be hiring you because you're a service.
Yes. I'm an experience.
So then he kind of walked his way out of that because I think they've got really no budget for this.
Yeah.
Which, sorry. And then I was like, I'm an awful agent/manager because I can't get money for Haley.
It's fine.
That was the story. But I did go over to his house last night. He just moved into a new place.
Oh, nice. Congratulations to him.
It's in this secluded little section of Podcastro Valley, and he's got a great view. And he and his wife-to-be are going to get married in a few days. He was watching a movie called Truth with, what's his name? Robert Redford. Where Robert Redford plays Dan Rather, who was, if you didn't know, was a news anchor at one time on CBS. And there was a story 10 years ago that George W. Bush did not do a lick of work in the military. He got out of the military and he used his family ties to get out. And apparently the story that CBS and Dan Rather were using were false, and Dan Rather got in a bunch of... It basically destroyed Dan Rather's long career. Robert Redford plays Dan Rather, and it's odd. Cate Blanchett's in it. I watched a little bit of it. It's weird because you're watching a movie about stuff that just happened, basically.
Yeah, I felt that way when I watched, Zero Dark 30 or whatever?
Oh, yeah, because that's recent.
Yeah, that was recent. And not Argo. Argo was a little bit later.
That was interesting. I watched a little bit of that.
Argo was a decent movie.
I just get a little... I know they got to make parts more dramatic than they are, but you're kind of like...
You're kind of like, is this really...
I hate when movies do that, try and over-dramatize things that really aren't dramatic.
But. Yeah, because Argo was a lot more dramatic than the actual situation, and a lot more American-centric. Like, if you read the actual story of what happened in Argo, it was, like, mostly the Canadians that really helped them get out.
Oh!
Uh-huh.
Canadians are so nice.
They are so nice. Shout out to my Canadian friend. You're my only friend.
Let's teach our Canadian friend how to make nachos and with cheese.
I will send him that video.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's seen it, but I will send it to him.
Haley, let's go back to our weird voices.
You know what it kind of sounds like? Like, I'm not like making any assumptions, and I'm not trying to stereotype anything here, but I kind of am really getting a Shelley Schuhart vibe from this one.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Let me see if she's out here. Shelley! Shelley, are you out here? Meatloaf! I need some meatloaf now!
Shelley, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Shelley?
You've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Interestingly enough, I didn't mean to, but I was vibing a lot more Alien Ant Farm than
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson there.
Ah, yes. Alien Ant Farm brought that song to many more people.
Yeah, it's a fairly decent version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was amazed they covered that Michael Jackson because it really wasn't that big of a song. I mean, it was big. He had a huge long video for it, but everybody always thinks of...
Well, that was in the Moonwalker the movie, wasn't it?
It probably. It was off the album Bad. It was like one of the last singles off of it.
It was good, though. It's my favorite Michael Jackson song.
You don't like Dirty Diana? No.
So annoying halfway through. Like, the beginning...
Come out!
The beginning is decent, and then I like it when he's like...
She walked out the door, came back again.
She grabbed the phone and said, he's coming out with me!
Yeah.
It's a very intense song, honestly.
It's intense.
Yeah.
So imagine working in radio at the time that song was popular, and you played it every hour, and it went to number 1.
Dirty Diana!
The only good thing about that is... that song is Billy Idol's guitarist that you hear on every Billy Idol song. He's playing behind that, Steve Stevens.
Yeah.
So you hear that.
Yeah. It is very good guitar.
It's crazy. So did you ever, I don't know if you've ever seen the Billy Idol Unplugged, but that same guitarist was playing Unplugged. So he's so known for his effects that he had to try to do everything on an acoustic guitar like he usually... So he's like just messing with the strings, like basically destroying the guitar in the process.
I love when you watch acoustic artists and they shake their guitar.
Yeah.
Like, that's my favorite thing, when they strum, like, strum.
I need to make that noise.
And they have to shake the guitar because the note just isn't long enough.
Yes. I think I like a lot of acoustic-based bands that are more, stripped down. But then I also like effects, too.
What do you think of emo bands? The acoustic-based ones. Like, I'm talking about...
Death Cab for Cutie?
No, that's not what I was... Oh, what is their name? I really like them. What is their name? Oh, this is annoying.
Deep Blue Something?
They're not Deep Blue Something. I like Deep Blue Something.
They weren't really emo.
No, they weren't. Death Cab was... I can remember the name of my favorite song. I can remember the name of the album that it's off of, but I can't remember the name of the artist.
Now, is emo like Fall Out Boy?
Yeah.
And Dirty Little Secret?
Fall Out Boy? No, it's not All American.
Rejects?
That's pop punk. Fall Out Boy was somewhat pop punk, but there's a lot of emo in them. Panic at the Disco.
Oh, yeah.
Panic at the Disco, Death Cab for Cutie. Whatever the hell this band I'm thinking of is.
It's a wonderful band, though, that you're thinking of.
Shade of the Poison Trees is the name of the album. I'm going to look that up because I have to tell you.
While he does that, I'm just going to mention that we're on the website, mikesdailypodcast.com, with all the podcast pictures. And if you're buying anything on Amazon, go through links there at mikesdailypodcast.com, and that helps us out and doesn't change the way you shop. And you can also help us out with the PayPal and become an Inglorious Mike's Daily Podcaster.
Dashboard Confessional. How did I not remember that?
Oh, God. Kevin and I were having a discussion about how much we hate Dashboard Confessional.
I know you guys both.
Screaming infidelities. Oh, God. And every girl.
I'm gonna sing about being sad.
Every girl that was younger than like 20, was into that freaking guy.
Dashboard, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like a guy, good-looking guy, and he looks in the camera lens with his big eyes, and all the girls go, "Oh, he's so cute." Oh, that's my Kevin doing a woman impression. Oh, I don't get it.
And yeah. No, I like them though. I do. It's.
You have stolen my heart.
It's weird because I understand all of the criticism. It's kind of. I feel the same way about Lana Del Rey. I understand all of the criticism.
See, I don't even know a freaking Lana Del Rey song. I know she was on Saturday Night Live, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, who is she? How come she got on Saturday Night Live and no one knows who she is?"
Which is weird since everyone knows who she is now.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. She had a big hit a few summers ago.
Okay, I'm gonna put two words next to each other. Tell me which is different. Lana Del Rey, Adele. Everybody knows Adele. Lana Del Rey is.
Everyone knows Adele because Adele is a huge artist.
We don't play on the hot AC I work for. Not a single Lana Del Rey was ever played. Ever.
Yeah, of course you're not going to play on anything that's not top 40 or alternative.
We play a huge chunk of top 40. They wait a long time. But I mean, we've waited long.
You guys didn't play Summertime Sadness at all.
No.
Kiss Me Hard Before You Go.
No, that's not even a song.
Summertime Sadness.
You're making up those words.
I just wanted you to know.
Okay, I may have heard this song.
Baby, you're the best.
Didn't she change her name from something else?
Probably. I think it's like a corruption of her real name. Lana
Didn't she date Axl Rose?
She probably dated a lot of people.
Did she date me?
Did she?
No, and I'm mad.
Okay.
I'm angry.
She only dates people that can provide her with cocaine.
Because I didn't give cocaine to that girl that was walking out of the dog store. I did not get to meet her again in a future time. Because her name was, I don't know. I didn't ask. Darn it.
Good name.
So you're telling me I need to listen to more Lana Del Rey?
You don't have to listen to more Lana Del Rey.
And more Dashboard Confessional.
You don't have to listen to more Dashboard Confessional. That's the thing. I get all of the criticism of people that hate that kind of music. I totally get it. And I don't care. I'm going to keep listening because I like it.
Haley, you seem sad. I'm going to cheer you up. Haley, you're bringing me down.
Don't bring me down.
Bruce.